Good morning, and welcome to your AIDailyPress morning podcast for February 26, 2026. I'm your host, Walter. Firstly, tensions between Iran and the United States remain high as talks over Iran's nuclear program get underway. Analysts warn that the stakes are high, with the potential for miscalculation or miscommunication leading to unintended consequences. We'll be keeping a close eye on this developing story and providing updates as more information becomes available. In other news, Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orbán has ordered tightened security at critical energy infrastructure sites, citing concerns that Ukraine is seeking to disrupt the country's energy system. The move comes amidst an ongoing dispute between Hungary and Ukraine over the Druzhba oil pipeline, which carries Russian crude across Ukraine to Hungary and Slovakia. The European Union has expressed determination to push through a $90 billion loan to Ukraine, despite Hungary's opposition. Lastly, President Donald Trump delivered a record-breaking State of the Union address, marked by several moments of division and criticism from Democrats. Despite the polarized tone of the speech, there were moments of bipartisanship, with both parties coming together to applaud American heroes. As the midterm elections approach, it remains to be seen how the president's message will resonate with voters. These are just a few of the major stories we're following today. For more in-depth analysis and updates, be sure to check out our website and social media channels. And that's the way it is. Now, for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
You, Walter, and then shall know it's right now. This move comes as President Trump threatens military action against Iran if talks about Tehran's nuclear program fail to reach a deal. In other news, the White House has announced plans to cut federal funding to Minnesota, citing allegations of fraud and mismanagement of tax dollars. The decision has sparked outrage among local leaders, with Governor Tim Walz accusing the administration of using the allegations as a pretext for partisan attacks. We're also following a story about former President Trump's recent address, in which he singled out Democratic-led states, including Minnesota, and attributed $19 billion in fraud to the state's Somali community. The controversy has raised concerns among lawmakers on both sides of the aisle. And finally, we have an update on the recruitment effort by the CIA, which is part of a broader strategy to gather intelligence and potentially influence events within Iran. We'll be keeping a close eye on these developments and bringing you in-depth analysis and updates as the situation unfolds. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskwiser.
Thank you, Barbara. I'm Louis, your financial news anchor. Firstly, we discussed the underperformance of tech giants Bank of America and Amazon.com, with their stocks lagging behind the broader market indices. Despite this, analysts remain bullish about their prospects, citing strong fundamentals and diversified business models. We also covered NVIDIA's impressive earnings report, which eased concerns over AI spending and boosted investor confidence in the U.S. stock market. The company's optimistic outlook on AI growth potential has strengthened corners of the market that were previously underperforming. However, market uncertainty persists due to the introduction of new tariffs by U.S. President Donald Trump, which may impact trade and economic growth. Additionally, investors are cautious about companies vulnerable to AI-powered competitors. On a separate note, a survey found that 9 out of 10 Irish people believe families should be allowed to deliver eulogies at funeral masses, highlighting the desire for more personalized and celebratory funeral services. As we navigate these complex issues, it's essential for investors to balance their concerns with offsetting trends and remain optimistic about market prospects. With solid profit growth reported by U.S. companies and emerging opportunities in various sectors, there are reasons to be positive about the future. Happy investing! Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, SpaceX's Falcon 9 upper stage disintegrated over Europe, releasing a massive cloud of lithium and other metals into the atmosphere. This incident has raised concerns about metal pollution from re-entering rockets and spacecraft, which can damage the ozone layer. Scientists are working to develop strategies to mitigate this impact, and ensure sustainable space exploration practices. Secondly, NASA's Artemis II moon rocket has been rolled back to its hangar for repairs due to technical issues. While this is a temporary setback, it demonstrates NASA's commitment to safety and precision in their mission to return humans to the lunar surface by 2025. The Artemis program represents a significant step forward in space exploration, pushing the boundaries of human knowledge and inspiring future generations. Lastly, we're seeing an increasing number of satellites and space debris in low Earth orbit, which poses a risk to our planet's environment. It's essential that we develop sustainable technologies and practices to minimize the impact of space debris on our atmosphere. These stories remind us that space exploration is a complex and challenging endeavor requiring perseverance, determination, and a commitment to safety and precision. As we continue to push the boundaries of human knowledge, let's not forget our responsibility to protect the Earth's environment. Join us next time as we explore more fascinating stories from the world of space exploration and scientific discovery. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. Firstly, we took a closer look at Barcelona's Rafinha, who's expressed optimism about his team's chances against Atletico Madrid in their upcoming match. Citing unity and camaraderie as key factors, Rafinha believes that the personal bonds formed between players will be the foundation of their tactical success on the pitch. In another story, we delved into the world of football, where Dallas Cowboys' Dak Prescott has been making waves with his impressive performance this season. However, it seems I've got some incorrect information here, folks. Let me correct that. We actually discussed Jimmy Johnson's latest endeavors in motorsports, where he's been defying conventions with his relentless pursuit of new challenges on and off the track. And finally, we touched upon the story of none other than Jimmy Johnson himself, who's taking on a new role as crew chief for IndyCar legend Dario Franchitti in an upcoming Truck Series event. This move highlights Johnson's versatility, eagerness to explore different facets of motorsports, and his commitment to staying actively engaged in the sport he loves. And remember, it's all about passion, adaptability, and the unwavering pursuit of one's dreams. Now, for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curall.
Thank you, Howard. First, we revisited the remarkable rescue operation in far north Queensland, Australia, where a man was stranded in crocodile-infested floodwaters. Thanks to the bravery and quick thinking of emergency services, he was airlifted to safety, reminding us of the power of community and the importance of emergency services in rural areas. Next, we explored the vibrant world of Native American art, with a stunning collection soon to be showcased at the New York Historical Society. Featuring over 100 works by influential artists, this exhibition promises to challenge our assumptions, spark important conversations, and celebrate the rich cultural heritage of Native American communities. Finally, we touched on the inspiring story of a community coming together in Dumaji, Australia, where emergency services, police officers, and volunteers worked tirelessly to rescue a stranded man from treacherous floodwaters. This heartwarming tale reminds us of the very best of human nature and the importance of selfless work in times of crisis. These stories showcase the extraordinary aspects of ordinary life, highlighting the resilience, creativity, and courage that inspire us all. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Like you, Charles. I've got the scoop on 3 fabulous stories that'll get your day started right. First up, we've got some K-pop magic happening with My Tees, the adorable collaboration between Line Friends and ATEEZ. Volume 2 is here, and trust me, it's bigger and better than ever. Get ready to snag those superpowered fairies, darling. Next, we're talking luxury influencer Becca Bloom, who's giving us all a masterclass in generosity. She gifted her housekeeper over $10,000 worth of goodies for her birthday, from Tiffany & Co. teacups to a J.W. Anderson loafer bag. Excessive? Maybe. But it's all about spreading love and kindness, no matter what your budget is. And last but not least, we've got some updates on the pop culture front. From line friends pop-ups to luxury influencers making waves on social media, we're breaking down the latest must-knows. So, who are you wearing today? Maybe not Tiffany & Co., but hopefully a smile and a heart full of kindness. Stay fabulous, and we'll catch you in the next one. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David Attenacher.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, we celebrated the successful conservation efforts that have led to the recovery of the monarch butterfly population in certain areas, but also highlighted the potential impact of climate change on their iconic mass migration. Researchers warn that changing environmental conditions could lengthen their journey, increase energy requirements, and even cause some monarchs to stay in Mexico instead of migrating back north. In another story, we delved into the world of dinosaurs with the discovery of Alnachetri cerepolisiensis, a tiny alvarezzaua found in northern Patagonia, Argentina. This remarkable fossil has provided new insights into the evolution of these small theropods, challenging previous assumptions about their anatomy and behavior. Lastly, we shared the heartening news of the conservation success story of the monarch butterfly's recovery, but also touched on the plight of other species, such as the monarchs, who are facing significant threats due to climate change, habitat loss, and other human activities. These stories remind us of the awe-inspiring complexity and diversity of life on Earth and highlight the importance of continued exploration, research, and conservation efforts to protect our planet's precious natural heritage. And that completes our morning podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until this evening, I'm David Attenacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.